Good afternoon once again. So, in today's class, we are going to discuss the last part of the chapter, which is normal distribution. So, in today's session, we will be discussing mainly the normal distribution. So, let's see who all are live with us now. So, Dimple is there, Ananya, Bharat Chaudhary, Arpisha, Soumyarajan, Pramod, then Prashanta, Shreya, Swatigiri, Ankita Singh, great. So, very good afternoon, everybody. So, let us begin with this topic normal distribution. So, as the name says, this distribution is normal, but there are some technical points which we need to understand in this concept. So, this normal distribution was given by Karl Gauss. So, it is also known as Gaussian distribution. So it is also known as Gaussian distribution. So we have already discussed in the first lecture that it is a part of continuous random variable where things can vary increasingly, decreasingly, it can vary in any side, in any manner. तो जहां पर भी हम कहते हैं there are n number of things are possible, then we say it is continuous. For example, height or weight. It is impossible to distribute the total probability among different mass points between any two unequal values. So if we have taken, let's say, height 5 to 5.5 feet. Now, between 5 and 5.5, there are n number of sizes like inches, then centimeters, then millimeters, and further, and so on. So there are n number of sizes in between them. So we cannot define them properly. So it is basically a continuous kind of variable. Okay. So in short, what we have to remember now, normal distribution is a part of continuous distribution and it was given by Karl Gauss. So it is also known as Gaussian distribution. It is also known as Gaussian distribution. Now we have to understand the basic features or characteristics of normal distribution. So normal distribution is a bell-shaped curve. So we can see this, it is a bell-shaped curve. So this curve is basically, this denotes frequency. This curve is nothing but the frequency. It ranges from minus infinite to plus infinite. So here it is minus infinity and on other side it is positive infinity. So it ranges from negative infinity to positive infinity. In the center, we write mu. Mu is nothing but the mean. It is known as the mean. So in case of normal distribution, there is a curve. Now this curve is extended in such a way that rate of increase in frequency and rate of decrease in frequency is equal. जिस रेट से फ्रीक्वेंसी बढ़ती है एंड जिस रेट से फ्रीक्वेंसी कम होती है, both are equal. So 50% area is on left hand side and 50% of the area is on right hand side. So out of the total area available, 50% is on left side, 50% is on right side. If we calculate in terms of probability, then the total of probability is always equal to 1. The total of probability is always equal to 1. Out of 1, half is on left hand side, that is 0.5. And remaining half is on right hand side, that is again 0.5. So sum becomes 1. So we can write in this manner also, minus infinite to mu is 0.5 and from mu to infinity is also 0.5. So when both the sides are equal, when area on both the sides is equal, then it is known as normal distribution, also known as Gaussian distribution, also known as symmetrical distribution. So we can also name it symmetrical distribution. So if anybody is asking what is a symmetrical distribution, it is simply a normal distribution having a rise frequency and falling frequency both are equal, and the total of probability is equal to 1, out of which 50% area is on left hand side and 50% area is on right hand side. Okay. So this we have done. Now there are some more basic points that we need to understand. Now in this curve is changing the shape from concave to convex and convex to concave. Like we can say that the curve is changing the shape at this point. पहले जिस side में जा रहा है, after that the side is getting changed. So it is changing the shape from concave to convex or convex to concave. So these two are known as the points of inflection. So we can write here, these two are the points of inflection. So what is point of inflection? Where curve changes its shape from concave to convex or convex to concave. So these point of inflection you have already studied in economics in the chapter production, that is law of variable proportion. So in law of variable proportion, when you draw the curve TP, the TP started to increase at increasing. TP पहले बढ़ता है increasing rate से and उसके बाद decreasing rate से बढ़ता है. So in between there is a point which is known as the point of inflection. So same is here the point of inflection. And how do we calculate this point of inflection? So there is a formula for the calculation. It is mu minus standard deviation, and other one is mu plus standard deviation. Because one is coming before mean, other one is coming after mean. So the value which is before mean, we have to subtract the standard deviation. So mean minus standard deviation and mean plus standard deviation. Okay. So this we have read. Now let's write some formulas based on this. So the first formula which we are writing is to find the quartile Q1. Now how do we find Q1? So Q1 is simply mu minus 0.675 neta. 0.675 neta. What about Q3? It is mu plus 0.675 neta. So Q1 is mu minus 0.615 neta and Q3 is mu plus 0.615 neta. And what about Q2? Q2 is basically median. Q2 means median. Now one of the most important characteristic of normal distribution is that in case of normal distribution, mean, median and mode, all three are equal. Mean, median and mode, all these three are equal in case of normal distribution. So we can say that Q2 is equal to median and this is equal to mean. So all these three are equal. So what is Q2? Q2 is nothing but the mean. Okay. So these are the basic formula. Then we can write quartile deviation. Quartile deviation is equal to 0.675 neta. So this is the relationship between quartile deviation and standard deviation. So if standard deviation is given, we can easily find quartile deviation using this formula. And vice versa can also be done. If quartile deviation is given, then we can find the standard deviation. Then the next one, Next one is mean deviation. Now, what is the relation between mean deviation and standard deviation? It is 0.8 neta. So mean deviation is equal to 0.8 of standard deviation. Okay. So any problem till here? So till now, we have done the basic features, basic characteristics, and the formulas of normal distribution. One or two more formula will be used, but that we will be discussing while doing the questions. So till now, there is one question from Alpi Thandal. I am from Andhra Pradesh and I want to write CA foundation in any other state. It is possible or not? Yes, of course it is possible. You can fill examination form, and while filling examination form, you can select your choice. So you can give exam from any state, any city as per your requirement. Okay, so no need to worry. Then Gina Johnson is asking about additional question. Okay, we will go in that also. But now we have to complete this first. After that, we will be taking your doubts at last. All right. So this we have covered. Formula is done. Then comes the parameters. So let us discuss the parameters of normal distribution. So in normal distribution, there are two parameters. In normal distribution, there are two parameters. Now, what are those parameters? One is mu, that is mean, and second one is neta square, that is variance. So these are the two parameters of normal distribution, mean and variance. Then normal distribution is unimodal or bimodal. It is unimodal, that is single mode. In case of normal distribution, there will be only one mode, single mode. Whereas in binomial and Poisson, in both cases, we have done that they are unimodal or bimodal. They can be any one. But normal distribution is compulsorily unimodal. Only single mode will be there. Okay, then the next one. Yes, next there is some numerical data we can see, which we have to remember. So if we do this partition, like in between there is mu, so we can highlight that this portion is basically the center one, and this denotes mean. It is mean. Now, as we deviate from the mean on both the sides, so this is standard deviation neta 1, or we can write neta, and this is minus neta. Further, it is 2 neta, 3 neta. On left hand side, it is minus of 2 neta and then minus of 3 neta. So this is the first one, the second one, and the third one. So the first one denotes mu plus minus neta. So when we are talking about mu plus minus neta, how much is the area? It covers 68.27% of the area. So this is required in theoretical questions only. Mu plus minus standard deviation covers how much of the area? It covers 68.27% of the area. If we increase the scope, mu plus minus 2 neta, it covers how much? It will be covering around 95% of the area. So we can write that 95.46. 95.46% of the area. And when we go further, so mu plus minus 3 neta, it will cover 99.73% of the area. So as we move further, हम जैसे जैसे आगे बढ़ते हैं, area coverage बढ़ता जाएगा. So highest standard deviation here is 3 neta. Okay, this is the highest value. इसके बाद क्या होगा? The remaining area which is left is how much? So 0.27% area is लेफ्ट आउट। इतना एरिया छूट जाता है, बाकी पूरा की पूरा यहाँ पे कवर अप हो जाता है। सो म्यू प्लस माइनस 3 नीटा कवर्स everything except 0.27% of the area. Okay. Then there is one property which is addition property. If X follows normal distribution with parameters mu1 and neta1 square, Y follows normal distribution with parameters mu2 and neta2 square, then X plus Y will follow normal distribution with parameters mu1 plus mu2 and neta1 square plus neta2 square. So simply it is following the addition rule. So we have to simply add mu1 plus mu2. This will become the new mean, and neta1 square plus neta2 square. This will become the new variance. This will be the new variance. So the normal distribution is applicable everywhere in the field of social sciences, management, commerce. So it has many applications. So it is used for continuous variables, like when we are talking about height, weight, wages, profit, etc. So it is used in all those variables where they are continuous. Okay, next we have to. Next, let's write one more formula, that is PDF. The formula of PDF. What is PDF? It is probability density function. Probability density function. This is PDF. Now, how do we write the formula PDF? It is simply 1 upon 1 upon neta root 2 pi, then into e to the power of minus x minus mu whole square upon 2 neta square upon 2 neta square. So 1 upon neta root 2 pi multiplied by e. And in the power of e, we are having minus x minus mu whole square upon 2 neta square. This is the formula for PDF, probability density function, where value of x lies from minus infinity to infinity. Because the value of x can be anything. It is a continuous variable. So x can lie from negative infinite to positive infinite. So this is the formula for PDF, probability density function. So in the given question, example number 20, what we have to do? It says that the function is given and identify its mean and variance. So always whenever function is given, compare it with the standard form and you will get your result. So as per the question, it is 1 upon root pi, then e to the power of minus x minus 4 whole square. That's it. In denominator, nothing is written, so we can write 1. Now on comparing it with formula, on comparing with the formula, x is same, but in place of mu, it is 4. In place of mu, 4 is written. Therefore, mean is equal to 4. Mean is equal to 4. Now, if we check the denominator, here it is 2 neta square, whereas the value here is 1. So from this, we can say that 2 neta square is equal to 1. Therefore, neta square will be half. And what will be the value of the standard deviation? It is 1 upon root 2. 1 upon root 2. So in this way, we can easily calculate mean and standard deviation. So mean and variance also we have computed, standard deviation also we have computed. Any doubt in this question? Let me know first. Any doubt still here? So this formula was PD, probability density function. So always in such questions, you have to compare with the standard formula and get your result. Okay, Surya Kumari says, please explain once again. Okay. So let's discuss once again. Period means probability density function. So it is a normal distribution where the value ranges from minus infinite to plus infinite, right? In between there is mean. Now there is the one formula which says 1 upon neta root 2 pi into e. And in the power of e, we are having minus x minus mu whole square upon 2 neta square. This is the formula. After that, we are given a function. So from this function, we have to extract two values. इस function में से दो values आपको find करने हैं. वो दो value कौन सी है? One is mean and other value is variance. तो mean और variance हम कैसे calculate करेंगे? तो simply दोनों को आपको compare करना है and in place of mean you find 4. So mean is equal to 4. Similarly, for variance, you are comparing 2 neta square with 1. So since 2 neta square is equal to 1, so neta square will become 1 by 2. That is half. So this is your variance. Okay. Okay, guys. Understood? Now, 16.21. Again, very good question, interesting question. If the two quartiles of a normal distribution are 47.3 and 52.7. So these are the two quartiles. So whenever we are talking about two quartiles, it means Q1 and Q3. So Q1 is 47.30 and Q3 is 52.7. Now, what we have to calculate mode of the distribution. And whenever we know that the given distribution is normal, that means mean is equal to median is equal to mode. All these three are equal. All these three are equal. Also, in case of normal distribution, there is very good relationship of Q2. How can we find Q2? Is simply Q3 plus Q1 upon 2. Q3 plus Q1 upon 2, you will get second quartile. So applying this formula, 52.70 plus 47.30 divided by 2. You will get 50. So this 50 is nothing but the second quartile. So second quartile means it is median. It is also the mode. So mode you have computed, that is 50. Now, what is the other requirement of the question? It also requires mean deviation of the distribution. Now, how to find the mean deviation? So there is one formula which we have written above. Mean deviation is equal to 0.8 into standard deviation. So for that, we have to find the standard deviation first. So we can use the formula of first quartile, second or third quartile, any one which you like. The formula for first quartile is mu minus 0.675 neta. So Q1 is how much? 47.30. Then mean is 50 minus 0.675 neta. Now, on simplifying, you will get standard deviation. So, how much is the standard deviation you are getting? Check your calculation and let me know how much is the standard deviation from this equation. 50 minus 47.3, it becomes 2.7. Now divide 2.7 with 0.675. So it will be, I think, 4. So standard deviation is 4. Now you can substitute the value and get your result. So mean deviation is 3.2. So mean deviation is 3.20. This is your answer. Yes, so Dimple has given the answer. Ananya Kumari has also given the answer. That's great. So this topic is very much easy as well as interesting. But most of the people find it difficult. I don't know why. But this topic is very, very interesting. Now the next one. So again, there is a function given. Find the points of inflection. So this time we require point of inflection. So whenever the question is asking you something, you must have knowledge about the formula. So what are the formula for point of inflection? It is mu plus minus theta. One time we will do subtraction and second time addition. So we require mu and theta. So compare this function with the standard formula and find the values. So 1 upon theta root 2 pi into e to the power of minus x minus mu whole square upon 2 theta square. So you can compare. So on comparing, you will find that it is root 2 pi, here also root 2 pi. Then in place of theta, 4 is written. In place of theta, 4 is written. Therefore, you can write standard deviation is equal to 4. Standard deviation is equal to. Similarly, we have to find mean also, mu also. So on comparing, you find that here it is x minus 10 and here it is x minus mu. So in place of mu, 10 is written. Therefore, standard deviation is 10. The standard deviation is 10. So substituting the values, 10 plus minus 4. It will be 6, 14. So these are the 2 points of inflection. These are the 2 points of inflection, 6, 14. Okay, so in this way, you can easily calculate your points of inflection. All right. Then, before going further, we have to now understand the formula of area-based question. Area-based question. So now what is the formula? Z is equal to x minus mu upon standard deviation. Z is equal to x minus mu upon standard deviation. So what is Z here? Z is not the mode here. In central tendency, Z का मतलब क्या होता था? Mode. But here, Z is not the mode. Now, what is Z? Z is the value which represent area. Z एक ऐसी वैल्यू है जिनकी हेल्प से हम एरिया कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. So Z is a value which represent area. But Z is not the area. तो Z area नहीं है. Z की हेल्प से एरिया कैलकुलेट होता है. Z area कैलकुलेट करने में मदद करता है. तो Z is a table. So there is a Z table given to us. We have to extract figures from there. But seeing the exam point of view, values will be given in the question. आपको क्वेश्चन में ऑलवेज वैल्यू गिवन रहेगी. कुछ और आपको नहीं करना है. It will always be given in the question. Then what is mean? Mu का मतलब हो जाएगा mean. Theta is the standard deviation And what about x? X means required number. तो जो भी आपको required है, that is x. So it is the required number. So now, what we have to do? We have to simply apply this formula z equal to x minus mu upon neta. Now, how to use this? How to use this? So for that, we will do some of the questions here. So let's make some questions. Mean is given 12. Standard deviation given is 4. Now, first part of the question, it says find the probability of x greater than equal to 16. Find the probability of x greater than 16. And there is one value given. It says that 0 to 1 is equal to 0.3413. This is the value given. Now, how to solve such kind of question? Understand it very, very carefully. We will be using different method, and in many of the books, other method is given. But we will be using the shortcut method, and that will be very easy to understand. So what is the first step? The first step is prepare a diagram of this normal distribution. So this is the diagram. This is a bell-shaped curve. In center, what we have to write? Mean. So what is the mean? Mean is 12. Then minus infinite to plus infinite. Now you have to see where 16 will come, because here the question requires find the probability x greater than equal to 16. So where 16 will come? 16 को कहाँ आना चाहिए? 12 के बाद में या 12 से पहले? Of course, it will come after 12. 12 के बाद में कहीं पे आएगा. So we will write something here. Let's say this is 16. X equal to 16. Now, what is the required area? Required is x greater than equal to 16. 16 से ज्यादा वाला एरिया. तो 16 से ज्यादा एरिया कौन सा होगा? 16 का लेफ्ट हैंड साइड या 16 का राइट हैंड साइड? Of course, it will be right hand side. This is more than 16. This is more than 16. So this area you have to find. This area we have to find. Okay. Now we have to apply the formula. Z is equal to x minus mean upon standard deviation. What is x? X is 16. Mean is 12. Standard deviation is 4. So from this, what is the value of z? Z is 1. The value of z is 1. So at 16, at x equal to 16, value of z is equal to 1. So we can write here z is equal to 1. Now in the center, that means in the position of mean, z will always be 0. In the center, z will be 0. Why 0? Because if you are taking x as 12, if you take x as 12, so 12 minus 12 will become 0. So therefore, in the middle, it is always 0. On left hand side, it will be negative. On right hand side, z will be positive. Okay. So z is having the value 1. Now there is one table value given in the question, z 0 to 1. Z का 0 से 1 तक का value given है. How much is the value? 0.3413. So this area is 0.3413. But there is a problem. What is the problem? We do not require this area. हमारा area तो कौन सा है? इसके बाद वाला है. We require the area which is more than 16. तो उसको कैसे calculate करेंगे? So we also know that from mu to infinite, the total area is 0.5. And from z0 to 1, the area is 0.3413. So what will be the remaining area? What will be the required area? So required area will be 0.5 minus 0.3413. You have to subtract and get the result. So your result will be 0.1587. This will become your result. This is your required answer. So in this way, we have to solve. Understood, everybody? So first of all, we will be practicing such kind of easy questions. After that, we will be discussing some examples and questions. Okay. So I think everybody else understood this concept. So let us try one more portion, the second part. Now all other values are same. Only you have to find out x greater than equal to 20. And the value of z from 0 to 2 is given, that is 0.4772. This is given 0.4772. This is the value of z you are given, and find the probability where x is more than equal to 20. All other values are same. All other values are same. So let's solve this. So again, preparing the diagram. This is a bell-shaped curve. Then we write mu in between, minus infinite, and this is plus infinite. So what is the value of mean? It is 12. Now where 20 will come? 20 कहाँ आएगा? This is your first step. To find where 20 will come. It will come on right hand side of 12. 12 के बाद नहीं आता है. So we will be writing 20 here. This is the value of x equal to 20. More than 20, greater than 20, that is the, since the area is more than 20, so we will be marking this area. This is the required area. This is the required area. Now what we have to do? Find the value of z. So in center, z is always 0. In the middle, z is always 0. Now, what about at 20? So 20 minus 12 upon 4. So z is equal to 2. So at x equal to 20, z is equal to 2. Now mark the area. From 0 to 2, the required area is 0.4772. The required area is 0.4772. But this is not the area which we have to calculate. We have to find the area which is above this, after this. So required area will be 0.5 minus 0.4772. So it will become 0.0228. Yes. So Lisa has given the answer. Dimple has also given the answer. Great. So I think now you are able to understand such kind of questions. Then Shreya Tiwari has also given, Surya Kumari has also given. Interesting. Now let's do the third part of the same question. The third portion. This time you require the probability of x less than equal to 4. Less than equal to 4. This is required. And table value you are given z0 to 1 is 0.3413 and z0 to 2 is 0.4772. So these are the given values. Now you have to simplify and get the result. So let's simplify. So again, form the diagram. So this is your diagram. Then the bell-shaped curve. In the center, mean is there, mean is 12, minus infinite, plus infinite. Now you have to decide where 4 will come. So 4 will come before 12. 12 से पहले आएगा. That is on the left hand side. So let us mark the left hand side portion. This is 4. X equal to 4. Now, the area कौन सा required है? The x is less than 4. Less than equal to 4 means this is the left hand side of 4 is required. This is the less than 4 area. Now, in the center, we know z is equal to 0. Add 4. So, z equal to 4 minus 12 upon 4. That is minus 2. So, at x equal to 4, z is equal to minus 2. Z is equal to minus 2. So, area from 0 to 2. How much is the area? This area is given as per table 0.4772. Can the area be negative? No. Only that will be negative, but area is always positive. Probability is always positive. So in such kind of questions, we are using the terms area. So whether we are using area or probability, meaning is same. Meaning of the terms is completely same. So these two can never be negative. So therefore, 0.4772 is the area from 0 to negative 2. But the required area is after this. Required area to इससे आगे है. So what will be the final answer? 0.5 minus 0.4772. It will be 0.0228. 0.0228. Okay. This will become the answer. So the most important thing in such kind of questions is that you have to prepare the diagram, substitute the value, and you will easily get your result. Now the fourth part. Find the probability of x greater than equal to 8. Now this you can try and let me know the answer. So Narendra has given the answer, Dimple, Shreya, great. So now fourth part. I need correct answer, accurate answer for this fourth portion. X greater than equal to 8. Table values are same. So table value you are already having. Just prepare the diagram and get the result. So this is the mu. We can write mu is 12 minus infinity plus infinity. Then you have to put the value of 8. So of course 8 will come before 12. That is left hand side. So this will be x equal to 8. Now you can try and let me know the answer. Alpha Turtle has given the answer minus 1. So minus 1 is the value of z. So z is correct. Negative 1 and here z is 0. So this much is correct. Now we have to mark the required area and then calculate your answer. So this time we require x greater than equal to 8. Therefore, we have to be very careful here that x is greater than equal to 8. Greater than equal to 8 का मतलब 8 से ज़्यादा, 8 से बड़ी वैल्यू होनी चाहिए. So what will be the required area? So this will be the required area. More than 8. From 8 to infinite. From 8 to infinite. This is the answer. Great. Dimple has given the answer 0.8413. That's amazing. So from here we can mark the required area 0 to 1, it is 0.3413, and from mu to infinite it is 0.5. The total area will be the sum of these two. So 0.8413, it is the required area. This will be your required area. So it is more than equal to 8. That is why we have marked this much of area, and after marking you can add them and get your result. Okay, understood everybody? Yes, Priya has also given the answer. Now let's do the fifth part of this question. The fifth question. So it will be find the probability where value of x lies from 8, 20. 8 to 20. Find the probability that value of x lies from 8 to 20. So here two values are given. So first of all, you have to mark the area, and after that get your result. So let's mark the area first. Here it is mu minus infinity plus infinity. Mu is 12. Now there are two values 8 and 20. So 8 will come on left hand side and 20 will come on right hand side. And the required area lies in between them. So this is the required area. Now, if we have calculated z, so z is 0 in between. At 8, z is -1, and on 20, z is 2. Now substitute the value. From 0 to 1, the value is 0.3413, and from 0 to 2, it is 0.4772. Now you can add and get the result. So after adding, how much you are getting? 0.8185. This is your result. So Surya Kumari says understood. That's great. So this was the fifth part. Now let's do the last part of the question, which is find the probability where value of x is greater than equal to 16 upon x less than equal to 12. X less than equal to 12. Now this time the format is completely changed. This is in the form of PA by B. This is of the form PA by B. So we have done this formula in the probability chapter. So what is the formula? Probability of A intersection B, A intersection B upon PB. A intersection B upon PB. So in this, you have to find out the common between them. A intersection B means you have to find the common. So if you see clearly what is A here, x greater than equal to 16, which is 16, 17, 18, and so on. Whereas B is x less than equal to 12. So less than 12 means 12, 11, 10, and so on. So is there anything common between them? No. There is nothing common between them. Nothing is common. So we can say that the A intersection B is 0, and 0 upon anything will give you 0 result. So the answer will be 0 in this case. The answer will be 0 in this case. Okay. Now, if we modify this a bit, अगर हम इसको थोड़ा सा modify कर दें, probability of x less than equal to 16 upon x greater than equal to 12. Now we have changed the sign. Sign को हमने थोड़ा सा change कर दिया है. Now this time you have to answer what will be correct. So let's write A is x less than equal to 16. That means 16, 15, 14, and so on. And what about B? B is x greater than equal to 12. So 12, 13, 14, and so on. So now we can see that there is something common. There is something common between them. So कुछ तो दोनों में common आएगा. So we can find out the intersection between them. So this time there will be some intersection between these two. So let us apply the formula. Probability of A intersection B upon P of B. Now how to apply this formula in this question? So for that, again we are preparing the diagram. This is a normal distribution curve. Then mean is 12. Then one value is 16. Let's mark in 16. Now first portion says less than equal to 16. So less than, that means left hand side of 16 is less than 16. And B says x is greater than equal to 12. So more than 12 is the right hand side of 12. Right hand side of 12. So from 12 to 16, this is the common portion. This portion is common. That is, this is A intersection B. So this area we have to find out. So for finding the area, let us calculate Z. Z is 0 and Z is 1. So from Z 0 to 1, from Z 0 to 1, the area is 0.3413. 3413 is the area. So this is the numerator, 0.3413 upon PB. What is PB? X greater than equal to 12. 12 से ज़्यादा वाला area. 12 से ज़्यादा कितना है? So from more than 12 is mean to infinite. So it will be 0.5. So let us divide with 0.5. You will get your answer 0.6826. 0.6826 is the answer. So whenever it is of the form PA by B, you have to apply the formula A intersection B upon PB and then get your result. Okay. So Ananya has understood, Dimple has understood, Swati says clear. Great. Now Darshan wants part number 5 to be repeated. Okay. So let's repeat part number 5. See, in fifth part, the question was x lies from 8 to 20. X की value 8 और 20 के बीच में है. तो 8 कहाँ आएगा? 8 will come on left hand side. whereas 20 will come on right hand side. So in दोनों के बीच का जो area है, that will become your required area. So between these two is the required area. अब ये required area को find करने के लिए what we require is z. So z here it is -1. So from 0 to -1, what is the table value? It is 0.8413. And from 0 to 2, it is 0.4772. This is 0.4772. And on adding, you will get your result 0.8185. 8185. Okay. So Shreya Tiwari says understood, clear. Lisa says clear. Great. Now, if you want to see the table, then how to see the table? Let me explain that also. So this is a Z table. What is the heading? Standard normal distribution table. Standard normal table for calculation of area between 0 to Z. This table is beginning from 0. There are different types of table, but this is the most basic and most important one. So here the table value is from 0 to Z. That only we require. So if we require the value of Z1, so all these is basically Z. So Z1 you require. 1.0 exactly you require. So at 1 you can see this is 3.3413. This is the value. So here Z is 1 and here you are seeing 0. So at 1.0 the value is 0.3413. In case you want to see the value of 1.5, so in this row only, in the same row, you have to see if you want to require 1.05. If you want to see 1.05, then in the same row, you have to select this one, 0.05. And the value will be 0.3531. 3531. If you require value of 1.5, 1.5. So this is 1.5 and exact 1.50. So the value will be 0.4332. If you require 1.55, then 0.4394 will become the value. Then 2.0. So when Z is 2.0, the value is 0.4772. This is the value which we are using in the question, 0.477. So in this way, we can easily see the table and get the results. Nalini is asking about the page number, but this is not the page number of a book. This I have kept separately. This is a different Z table. Okay, because it is not required in your exams. So that is why you do not require the table, but I'm explaining you how to see the table in case it is required in your BCom examination or anywhere else then. So let's come again on our question. So all these parts we have covered now. Now sometime in place of Z, mu is given in the question. If let's say question is talking about mu, phi is given. Sometime value of phi is given. This is known as phi. Fi or Phi, you can say. This is phi. So value of phi1, how to calculate this phi1? It is 0.5 plus area of Z from 0 to 1. If you are talking about phi1, it is 0.5 plus area. Now 0.5 plus what is area of Z 0 to 1? 0.3413. You will get 0.8413. 0.8413. In case you require phi2, it will be 0.5 plus area. Area of Z from 0 to 2. So 0.5 plus 0.477. So it will become 0.9 0.9772. 0.9772. So sometimes these values are given in the question. So Darshan and Swati, Aditya says this table is given on the last page of study material. Yes, you can go through that table also. So the same table is given in your study material at the last, in which appendix is there. In appendix, you can easily find this that table. Now, based on this, there is one question given. X follows normal distribution, okay, with mean as 50. So it is mu. Variance is 100. So you can get standard deviation. So let us write the values. Mu equal to 50 and standard deviation will be 10. Now find क्या करना है? You have to find the probability of x greater than equal to 60. This you require. X greater than equal to 60. So for this, prepare the diagram. Let's prepare. Now in between mean is 50. Now where 60 will come? 60 will come on right hand side of 50. So x equal to 60. And required area is more than 60. So this is the required area. Now you can find out z, z0, and here the z will be x minus mean 50 upon eta is 10. So z is 1. So from 0 to 1, the table value is given in the question. Now the table value is pi 1.8413. So from this pi, how you will find the value of the area? Simply subtract 0.5 from this. So you can subtract 0.5 from this, you will get 0.3413. So you can write this is 0.3413. Okay. Now the required area will be 0.5 minus 0.3413. It will give you the result 0.1587. 0.1587. Okay. Now there is another way of using that value. What is another way? This 0.8413 basically denotes the value from negative infinity. It is the value from negative infinity to z1. So this complete portion is 8413. And we require the balance, the remaining portion. So we know that the total area is 1. The total area is 1. Out of 1, we have to remove this 0.8413. The remaining will be 0.1587. So you can do in this manner also. You can write in this way also. There is no problem. So answer will be same 0.1587. If you round off, you will get 0.16. On rounding off, it is 0.16. Okay. So this was example number 24. Now let's take a break of 5 minutes and then we will be continuing with the topic. Okay. 16.5. Now, in this example 16.25, it says if a random variable x follows normal distribution with mean as 120. So mean हमें दे रखा है 120 and standard deviation दिया हुआ है 40. So these are the two values which is given, and the requirement. The requirement is find the probability that x greater than x less than 150 divided by x greater than 120. So this is the requirement which we have to calculate. So probability of x less than equal to 150 upon x greater than 120. This is the requirement. Now, how to simplify this? So again, the same formula we have to apply. It is probability of A intersection B upon probability of B. So for this, we have to prepare the diagram. So let's prepare. This is the normal curve where mu mean is equal to 120. Here it is minus infinite. On right hand side it is plus infinite. This is given. Now next what we have to do? The next thing is mark the area, mark the values. So x 150, this will be on right hand side, and we require less than 150. So this left hand side is less than 150. And denominator it is x greater than 120. So 120 says Dada. So this will be the right hand side. And now the common portion. So this is the common portion from 120 to 150. This is the common portion. So here we can mark z equal to 0. And here z equal to, at 150 we have to find the z. So z equal to x 150 minus mean 120 upon standard deviation is 40. So it is 0.75. So at 150, Z is 0.75. And the table value is given in the question. It is 0.273. The table value is 0.273. So we can use this value 0.2734. In denominator, what we require? X more than 120. So x more than 120. So this complete area is 0.5. That is 50%. Now you can divide this and get your answer. So what is the final answer? 0.5468. Yes. So 0.5468. If you round off, the answer will be 0.55. All right. So in this way, you can easily solve the normal distribution problems. Now 16.26, this is the next pattern. X is a normal variable with mean 25 and standard deviation 10. So mean is given and standard deviation is also given. Find the value of B. B is required such that probability of the interval 25 comma B is 0.477. Okay. Now, so B is basically the interval. वो interval जिसका value हमें find out करना है, जिसका value हमें calculate करना है. So we know the formula Z equal to X minus mu upon theta. So this X is basically the B which you have to calculate. Mean is already available, standard deviation is available, and there is a value that is 5.2. This 2 is basically the Z. This 2 is basically Z. Now this cross multiplication you can perform. The 20 plus 25 is equal to B. So value of B becomes 45. The value of B is 45. So easily you can get the answer. So no need to solve very lengthy. Easily you can apply the formula and get your result. Okay. Simply you can apply the formula and get the result. So formula आपके पास available है, Z is available, mean is available, standard deviation was available. सबको हमने input किया and you receive the result. Okay, Swati says, please repeat example 25. See, in example number 25, question में दिया, find the value of x less than equal to 150 upon x greater than 150. So the numerator portion is basically A and denominator portion is B. तो पहले हमने numerator portion को mark किया, that is less than 150 का area कौन सा है? So this blue line, this blue shading is basically less than A, less than 150. This is A. Then we have marked B. B is more than 120, which we have marked with the pink lines. So this is basically B. Now, according to the formula, it is PA intersection B. So in numerator, we have to take intersection. That is the common portion. So दोनों के बीच में common area. So common area कितना है? From Z0 to Z0.75. This is the common area here. तो ये common area हमने find out किया and the table value was 0.75 is already given in the question, which is 0.2734. So in numerator, you have got the table value 0.2734 and denominator is x greater than 120. 120 क्या है? मीन. तो मीन से लेके इनफाइनाइट तक का एरिया कितना होता है? 0.5. So you have divided with 0.5. After division, you have got your result 0.5468. Okay, Swati? So example 25 is done, 26 is done. Then let's try the next one, 27. In a sample of 500 workers of a factory. So it shows there are 500 workers in the factory. The mean wages and standard deviation of wages are found to be 58 and 48 respectively. So mean is 500, standard deviation is 48. And what is required this time? This time we have to require the number of workers. So not only probability, but we also require number of workers having the wages more than 600. तो आपको ऐसे workers बताने हैं जिनकी wages कितनी हैं? More than 600. So let us try this first portion. The first portion. Prepare the diagram. Let's make the diagram here. Bell-shaped curve. Then this is mean. Mean is how much? 500 rupees. Then the standard deviation is 48. Now, first part is more than 600. So 600 will come on right hand side. Here x is equal to 600 and the required area is more than 600. So this you have to calculate. This we have to calculate. Now, Z. In the center, in the middle, Z is 0. At 600, what will be the Z? So we can calculate Z equal to x minus mean upon standard deviation. So 100 upon 48 is how much? 2 point something, 2.04 something, 2.08. Yes. So it is 2.08. You can write it down 2.08. Now the value of 2.08 will be given in the question. 2.08 will be given in the question. Now, for now, you can see the table and get the result. So 2.08 will we require. So in the line of 2, in the line of 2, and in the column of 0.08, in the column of 0.08, you have to see the second last column. So the value is 0.4812. 0.4812. This is the required value. So we can put there 0.4812. Now, but the required area will be 0.5 minus 0.4812. Now you can subtract and get the result. How much we are getting? So 0.0188. So Aditya has given the value 0.0188. This is the required probability. But we not only require probability, we require the number of persons. So we know that there are total 500 workers in the factory. So 500 workers denote probability equal to 1. 500 workers denote probability is equal to 1. So if the probability is 0.0188, how many workers will be there? So simply multiply them. So as we have already done in binomial and Poisson also, whenever you require frequency, simply multiply capital N with the probability. So here capital N is 500 and probability is 0.0188. You can multiply and get the result. Multiply them and you will get the number of workers who will come in this segment. That is the number of workers who are having wages more than 600 rupees. तो ऐसे workers जिनका wages 600 rupees से ज्यादा है वो calculate होकर के आ जाएंगे. So after multiplication, let's see what is the final result. It is 9.4. So after multiplying, you are getting 9.4. But number of workers can never be into decimal. So of course, you have to round off and get the result. So it will be 9 workers. Number of workers can never be negative or never be in decimal. So do the round. Okay. So it will be 9.4 workers. Macroises क्या ये टेबल लर्न करना होगा? No, they are not at all. बिल्कुल भी लर्न नहीं करना है. Values will be given in the question. Question में values दे रखी होती हैं. Simply you have to use that value for the calculation purpose. Okay. Now the second part is less than 450. 450 से कम. So similarly you get solve less than 450. So this is the normal curve. So mean is 500. This time 450 is required. So 450 will come on left hand side and less than 450 we have to find. So the left hand side of 450. So calculate Z first. Z will be 450 minus 500 upon 48. So minus 50 by 48. How much is coming? 1.04 negative. So Z in between is 0 and here Z is minus 1.04. Let's check this. Yes, you are getting minus 1.04. Now see from the table the value of 1.04. So you have to see 1 the row of 1 and column of number 4. Column of number 4. So this is the column, and yes, this is the value. 0.3508. 0.3508. So let's write here. So what will be the required area? Subtract from 0.5 and get the required area. It will be 0.1492. 0.1492. And then you require number of workers. So for number of workers, it will be frequency is equal to probability multiplied by the total number of workers. That is, multiply it with 500, you will get the result. So on multiplying, what is the final result we are getting? That is 75. So 75 is your result. So these are the number of workers. So this is the second part. Okay. And now the third one. The third part says wages are between 548 and 600. Wages lie between 548 and 600. So mu is 500, then 548 we can write here, and 600 will be further. This is 600, and we require in between these two. So here Z is 0. At 548 you can find Z. At 600 we have already find Z. It was 2.08. 2.08. At 548 the Z will be 548 minus 500 upon 48. It is 1. So now you can compare from 0 to 1, the area is 0.3413, whereas from 0 to 2.8, the area which we have computed above was 0.4812. 0.4812. Therefore, required area will lie between these two. Required area इन दोनों के बीच में कहीं पर आ जाएगा. So let us subtract them and get the result. So minus करते हैं, you will get your answer. Let's do this. 0.1399, something like that. So let's check. Yes, exactly. 0.1399. 0.1399. And in case you want number of workers, multiply it with 500, you will get 70 workers. So 70 workers will be having wages between 548 and 600. Okay. So it's very easy method. Simply mark the area and get the table value. Your answer will be there. So it's not at all difficult to solve such kind of questions. Now all these questions are similar. Now you can easily try 28, 29, 30. Now 32. X and Y are independent normal variables with mean as 100 and 80 respectively. So mean of X is 100, mean of Y is 80. And standard deviation of X is 4 and for Y it is 3. So standard deviation for x is 4 and for y it is 3. You have to find out the distribution of x plus y. So this is the addition property which we have done. If x follows normal distribution with parameter mean and eta square, that is 4 square. Y follows normal distribution with parameter again 80 and then 3 square. Then x plus y will also follow normal distribution with parameter 10 plus 80 is 180 and 4 square plus 5 square. Sorry, 4 square plus 3 square will become 5 square. Why so? Because 4 square is 16 and 3 square is 9. It will become 25 and 25 can be written as 5 square. So this 180 is the mean and 5 square is the variance. If you require standard deviation, find the square root. You will get standard deviation as 5. So standard deviation will be 5. So this is simple addition rule of normal distribution. Then comes a theoretical point, that is standard normal distribution. Till now what we have done, normal distribution. Now there is an additional term here which is standard normal distribution. So when a distribution is having fixed parameter, when a distribution having fixed parameter, then it is standard. And what are those parameters? It is normal distribution where the parameters are 0, 1. 0, 1. 0, 1 means where mean is 0 and standard deviation is 1. When mean is 0, standard deviation is 1, then it is known as standard normal distribution. If the values are different, then it is only normal distribution and not the standard one. Okay. So sometimes the question can ask you, in standard normal distribution, find the value of mean deviation. So we know the formula, mean deviation is equal to 0.8 neta. So 0.8 into 1 will become 0.8. Similarly, question can ask you find quartile deviation in case of standard normal distribution. You will write 0.675 neta and value of neta is 1. Therefore, it will be 0.675. Okay. Then the point of inflection in case of standard normal distribution. Points of inflection. So we know it is mu minus neta and mu plus neta. Substituting the value 0 minus 1 and 0 plus 1. You will get negative 1 and positive 1. These are the points of inflection. Minus 1 and plus 1. Okay, guys. Then let's solve some of the questions. (28) The probability density function of a normal variable x is given by. So all these are the formulas, but you have to see which is the correct formula. So in option B, you can see that limit is wrong because it extends from minus infinity to plus infinity. So A is having correct limit, C is having correct limit. Now you have to find the correct formula. In option number C, neta is covered under root, whereas in the actual formula, neta is outside the root. So option number A is the perfect formula. 1 upon eta root 2 pi into t to the power of minus x minus mu whole square upon 2 eta square. So option A is correct. Then 29, the total area, the complete area of normal distribution. So total area is always 1. Then 30, normal curve का shape कैसा होता है? Bell के जैसा shape होता है. It is a bell shaped curve. Option A. 31, normal curve skewed होता है या symmetrical? Of course it is symmetrical because area on both the sides is equal. So it is symmetrical. 32, area of normal curve. So from minus infinite to mu is 0.5. Yes, it is correct. Mu to infinite is 0.5. This is also correct. C option is incorrect. So you can select option D, both A and B. Both A and B. Okay. Then 34, mean and mode of the normal distribution. Mean and mode both are equal in case of normal distribution. So option number C, they are always equal. 35, mean deviation about median of the standard normal variate. The simple formula for mean deviation is 0.8 neta. No, since it is standard normal variate, you have to select only 0.8 because neta is 1, therefore it will be 0.8. 36, the quartile deviation of normal distribution with mean 10 and standard deviation 4 is. So you have to find the quartile deviation. The formula is 0.675 into standard deviation. So let us multiply with 4 and you will get the result. So it is how much? 3.2 or less, 2.7. You will be getting 2.7. Then 37. For standard normal distribution, the points of inflection are. So we have done just now. It is -1 and +1. -1 and +1. Next, the symbol phi A indicates the area of standard normal curve between. So phi A is from where to where? So it is 0.5 plus area from 0 to A. So it will become overall minus infinite to A. (39) The interval mu minus 3 neta and mu plus 3 neta covers how much of the area? So we have done with the help of diagram that it covers all the area except 0.27%. This area is excluded and remaining whole area is covered. 43. If x and y are two independent normal random variables, then the distribution x plus y. So if x and y are normal, then their sum will also be normal. So this is done. Then yes, 16th one. Question number 16, you can try now. Find the coefficient of variation of x characterized by the following probability density function. So fx is equal to a function given here, and you have to find CV. So what is the formula for this CV? It is standard deviation upon mean multiplied by 100. So from the given function, you have to extract the standard deviation and mean. So if you compare, you will get 4 is the standard deviation and 10 is the mean. So 4 upon 10 multiplied by 100. You will get how much? 40%. So 40% becomes the coefficient of variation. Okay. So it is 40%. Then Aditya is asking doubt from central tendency. See, Aditya, you can ask your doubts on Students Clinic app and you can answer there because at present we are having very less time. So we have to discuss few questions from this exercise. And in case of any other doubt, uh, you can ask on the Students Clinic app. You will easily get the result. Okay. Now the 17th one. What is the first quartile of X having the following probability density function? So first quartile is required. So first quartile means Q1. How to calculate Q1? Mu minus 0.675 neta. For this, we have to extract mu and neta from the function. So how much is mu? Mu is 10 minus 0.675. Now, how to calculate standard deviation? So you can compare with the formula. In place of 2 neta square, 72 is written. So neta square will be 36. So neta will become 6. So 0.75 multiplied by 6. So 0.75 multiplied by 6 and then subtract from 10. You will get the answer 5.95. This is your first quartile. Okay. Then 18. If the two quartiles of normal distribution are 14.6 and 25.4 respectively, then find the standard deviation. So standard deviation you have to calculate. So first of all, you can find out if you want Q2, it will be Q3 plus Q1 upon 2. So 14.6 plus 25.4 divided by 2. So Q2 will become 20. So Q2 is 20. Now you can apply the formula of Q1. Q1 is mu minus 0.675 into neta. So the value of Q1 is 14.6 equal to 20 minus 0.675. So from this, you can get the result of neta. It will be 5.4 upon 0.675. 5.4 divided by 0.675. On dividing, you will get the result. Okay. So this is done. Then let's try the next one. mean deviation of a normal variable is 16, then what will be the quartile deviation? Question number 19. So let's try this. Mean deviation is 16. So we can write the formula for mean deviation is 0.8 neta is equal to 16. So from here, you can compute neta. Neta will be 16 upon 0.8. You will get how much? 20. So standard deviation is 20. Now you require quartile deviation. So quartile deviation is equal to 0.675 into 20. So you will get the answer how much? 13.5. So 13.50 becomes the quartile deviation. Then next you can try 20th question. Question number 20. Then Aditya is asking about the central tendency equation. Okay, I will take at last. Okay, Aditya, do not worry. So 20, question number 20, you can try. The point of inflection of a normal curve are 40 and 60 respectively. So 40 is basically mu minus neta and 60 is mu plus neta. Mu plus neta. Now you have to find the mean deviation. So let us simplify this. Mu minus neta is 40, mu plus neta is 60. Neta will get cancelled. So 2 mu is 100. The value of mean will become 50. The value of mean will be 50. Okay. Now you can substitute this and get the result. So 50 minus, we have substituted in equation number 1. So standard deviation will be 10. The standard deviation will be 10. So the options are incorrect in this question and you have to get 10. You have to write 10. So correct answer is 10. Then the next one, 21 is quartile deviation. Now already we have covered such questions. Now 24, you can give the answer. X plus y. X and y are the two independent normal variables with mean as 10 and 12. The standard deviation 3 and 4. Then find x plus y. So when you add x plus y, mean will be added. So 10 plus 12, it will become 22. But what about the standard deviation? So in question number 24, which option will be correct? SD is 3 and 4. You have to find the correct option. So in this case, we know that whenever it is x plus y, then mu1 plus mu2, it is 22, and neta 1 square plus neta 2 square. So we are having 3 square 9, 4 square 16. So variance will be 25. But if you require standard deviation, find the square root. You will get standard deviation as 5. So 5 will become your standard deviation. So option number C is the correct answer. Okay. C becomes the correct answer. Now let's take it out of Aditya Sharma. Page number or example number was 14.1.8. Okay. 14.18. This is 13, 15, 17, and then this is 18. Okay. This is basically the derivation of formula of weighted average, and weighted average is simply discrete series, you can say. So arithmetic mean in discrete series we have already done. So this is the same formula, sigma fx upon sigma f, or you can write sigma wx upon sigma w. So here f is frequency and here w is weight, but meaning is same, calculation is same, so no challenge. Okay. So because such kind of lengthy and proving questions are not relevant for your exams, but then also if you want to understand, we can discuss this. So in this question, it says find the weighted arithmetic mean and weighted harmonic mean of first and natural numbers, the weights being equal to the square of the corresponding numbers. So it says the x is given. X is natural number 1, 1, 2, 3, and so on up to n. And what will be the weight? Weight is the square of all these numbers. So 1 square is the weight, 2 square is the weight, 3 square is the weight, up to n square. Now applying the formula for weighted arithmetic mean, it will be sigma wx upon sigma w. So we have to multiply them. So what will be wx? It is 1, then 2 cube, 3 cube, and so on up to n cube. So here also it is cube. So it is a cubic series up to n natural numbers. This is sum of cubes of all natural numbers. So you can apply the formula for this cubic series. The formula is n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square. This is the formula for cubic series. In denominator, it is sigma w, that is weight of the total of the weight. So what is the total of weight? It is 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square up to n square. So this is the total of weight. So here you can write the formula of sum of square of first and natural number. So n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6. This is the formula. Now you can solve this and get the results. So there will be some cancellations, and 3n n plus 1 upon 2 into 2n plus 1. This will be your answer. Okay. And if you want to apply harmonic mean, the formula for harmonic mean is sigma w upon sigma w by x. So same thing we have done here. In numerator, we are having square series, and in denominator, we are having only natural number series. So applying the formula, do some calculations, and you will get the results. Okay. So coming back to the chapter, so we have done all the variety of this normal distribution as well. And now there are some miscellaneous questions, additional question bank also. So most of the questions are again similar, which we have done in our set A and set B. So almost they are similar to that only. So the main target is you can practice each and every example once again, all the questions which we have discussed, so that you can easily recall whatever we have discussed in the class. Okay, and in case of doubt, I have already told you, you can reach us and your problem will be solved. No need to worry about that. And let us summarize the chapter from here. So, normal distribution, there are two parameters. One is mean and other is neta square. These are the two parameters. Then we have done the formula for PDF, probability density function. The total of the area is always taken as 1. Then standard deviation and mean deviation. What is the relationship? The mean deviation is equal to 0.8 theta. 0.8 theta. Then Q1 we have done mean minus 0.675 theta and Q3 will be plus. Quarter deviation will be simply 0.675 theta. So in case of normal distribution, there is no skewness. So skewness will be 0. And the curve is symmetrical. The curve is known to be symmetrical. Then the points of inflection, there were 2 points of inflection. That was mu minus theta and mu plus theta. Mu plus theta. Then we have done additional question bank. Then we have done point number 6, which says standard normal distribution. So when there are fixed parameters, when mean is 0, standard deviation is 1, then this is standard normal distribution. Then mu plus minus theta covers 0.6828 of the area. Up to 2 theta covers 0.9546, around 95% of the area. And up to 3 theta it covers 99.73% of the area. So only 0.0027 is left and all remaining is covered. So all this we have done. All this we have discussed again. And there is one doubt from additional bank. Let's take that also. Then so question number 86, somebody has asked. Let's discuss this. 86. In a discrete random variable, x follows uniform distribution. Only the values of 8, 9, 11, 15, 18, 20. These are the 6 values. Find the probability that mod of x minus 14 is less than 5. So you can find mod 8 minus 14 is 6. Then it is 5, 3, 1, 4, 6. Now select those which are less than 5. So 3, 1, 4. So out of 6 values, 3 values are less than 5. So it will be 1 upon 2. So the result will be 1 upon 2. Okay. So this was example question number 86. Option number C. Now Dimple has asked question number 87. 87 is function is 1 by n, then find the mean. So it says function of n natural numbers basically, and whenever there are n natural numbers, how to calculate the mean? So 1, 2, 3, and so on, n numbers. So why the fx is 1 by n? Because probability of selecting any number is 1 by n. So if there are 10 numbers, the probability is 1 by 10. In case of dice, there are 6 numbers, so probability is 1 by 6. Therefore, when there are n numbers, the probability will be 1 by n. Now, in case of n natural numbers, what is the mean? So the formula for mean is sigma x upon n, sum of all natural numbers divided by total numbers. So what is the sum of n natural numbers? N into n plus 1 upon 2 upon divided by n. N will get cancelled and your answer will be n plus 1 upon 2. So this is the mean. This is the required mean. So you can see which option is there. Option number B. So B option is selected. Okay. Yes. So finally, we have completed the chapter. So this chapter is very, very interesting and very scoring chapter. On an average, 4 to 5 questions come from this chapter, and also 6 to 7 questions come from probability. So these two chapters are also very important. So overall, if we see in the complete subject, so time value of money is having the highest weightage. Time value of money is having the highest weightage. Then secondly, you are having statistical description of data, central tendency, then measures of dispersion. So if you add all these, so TBM is from 12 to 16 marks. These three topics are from around 18 to 20 marks. So roughly by doing 4 topics, you get 30 to 36 marks. Then fifth one is LR. LR is very scoring again. So it is 20. So easily you can get 50 to 56 marks by doing this chapter. And others are the top, others are the additional marks. Because probability is not much difficult in our case. Also, there are other mathematical chapters, so it is not at all difficult. The only one thing required is practice. If you are doing practice regularly, you will remember all kind of shortcuts, all kind of calculations, how to do on the calculator. So that is the most important thing. So that is why always keep in touch with all the chapters. Always try to revise 2 to 3 chapters in the week so that you do not forget any of the chapter and any of the tricks. So it is so much important to follow all the tricks, and already we have discussed many, many tricks in the chapters. Okay. So in case of further doubt, you can reach to us. So let's meet again in the next session whenever it will be. So till then, bye everyone. Take care and see you soon.